Hello, welcome to One Africa Mission with your brother Dobia Anzanse. Please, if you are new here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission, and also follow us on Facebook, One Africa Mission. We are Africans, we are young Africans, we are missionaries, and our mission is to see a united Africa. Our mission is to dismantle the borders in Africa and then to see a united Africa. And then we cannot do it alone. We need your energy, we need your knowledge, we need your support. So please, first of all, support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission. And also follow us on Facebook. Let us all bring our energies together to see this unification of Africa become a reality. Without a united Africa, we keep saying it and we will continue to say it until it sinks to every citizen of Africa mind that without a united Africa, we cannot progress as a continent. Because the people who divided Africa among themselves, they know what they were doing. They didn't just do it for nothing. Today, if you think that maybe you are advancing, they are holding you in their arm, in their hands. Little mistake that you make and do not follow the rules-based order that they came out with, and that they make the rules and then you follow. If you don't follow it, make a little mistake, they will bring down your country. And then we can see it even in the around the world, but especially in the continent of Africa. Anytime the IMF, World Bank is telling you that, oh, this African country is doing good economically and blah blah boom boom boom. The next day, you see that one statement a leader of that country will make, and then the next year, you see that country economy will collapse. That's what they're doing to us, because they are holding you in their own hands. So you have no choice than to follow them, because they have the power. But in order for us to bring an end to this, is for us to fight for the unification of Africa. Because what they are doing to Africa, they cannot do it to Russia. They cannot do it to China. And today, even you can see how numbers are strength. Even today, look at India. Because of their numbers, today you see Indians working, the leadership of India working for India and telling the West to their face that you cannot dictate to us. We are not your satellite country. We are not this, we are not that. You cannot tell us what to do. But look at Africa. We know the right thing more than these people. But they are forcing us not to do the right thing purposely, because they have power over us. Because of our disunity. Because of our division. And so in order for us to bring an end to this dictatorship towards Africa, because these are dictators, even though they claim they don't like dictators, but they dictate to us what to do and what not to do. And this video that I'm about to show you will tell us what we mean when we are calling for the unity of Africa. We deserve dignity as Africans, and then this generation of Africans, we must make sure that the African will earn her rightful place on this planet Earth wherever he go or she goes. Look at the Europeans. Everywhere on this planet Earth you meet a European, even in the Amazon, even in the bush, in the typical bush of where I come from. In Africa, sorry, in Africa, a typical bush, because I'm an African, I see myself as African. I don't subscribe myself to all these geographical locations. So I'm an African. Every corner you meet a European, a so-called white person, you respect him. Why? Because Europe is respected. Today, every corner you meet a Chinese, you respect him. Why? Because China is gaining her respect. So in order for us to be respected wherever we found ourselves as African people, we must make sure that Africa gain her rightful place on this planet Earth. And that is the unity of Africa. The only way we can get that is a united Africa. If not, you can see wherever you travel as an African, even in the continent of Africa, it's a headache for you as an African. Purposely because the African is not Africa is not respected. Marcus Garvey told us that you can never be bigger than your own race. As long as your race is not respected, you as an individual, you will never be respected. That is why you see all these our big so-called big men politicians. A mad person in Europe think that he is superior than President Paul Kagame of Rwanda. A street hawker in New York think that he's better than president of Nigeria, because in their subconscious they look at you in the image of Africa, not as an individual. So as long as Africa is not respected, no matter how high you think you are, they still see you in the image or in the lens of Africa. So we must bring an end to all this. So please join us. Let us all come together and fight for the unity of Africa. That's the only way for Africa. So let's see. Let us go and watch this video, and then see what this short clip is telling us about what people or what the Americans or the Europeans think about Africa. Let's watch it.
Around the world. What I can tell you about steps the United States might take in response is that we are undertaking a review of our relationship with Uganda in light of this decision.
But Museveni remains unperturbed.
The outsiders cannot dictate to us. This is our country, this is our society, it is our future, it is not anybody's future. And the outsiders will have to live with us, or if they don't want, they take their aid and we shall. Uganda is very rich, we don't need aid. In fact, aid is part of the problem.
Continue to urge.
So you can see, I think this video is about same-sex marriage and stuff like that. Every society have their norms, culture, tradition. Every society has one, okay? But you see these Europeans, because America is a European country, so I call them Europeans. This was a European idea. The country America is a European idea. European leaders, European kings and queens came out with an idea. Let us go outside and create something for the good of Europe. So they are citizens of Europe. So you can see, they think that everybody must live their lives based on what they think, what America or European think. You can see the sheer arrogance. They will never respect your tradition, and they will never respect your culture, because they think that everybody must live like them. And as long as you say, no, I respect you as a European, you have your way of life, I respect it, keep it to yourself. Me as an African, I have my way of life. Please, can you respect my own way of life? No. Who are you? We have enslaved you before. We have colonized you before. So you must live, abide to our rules. You must bow down to our rules. And then if you say no, then they'll start threatening you with sanctions. How can a world of 8 billion citizens, half of that 8 billion is suffering because of one particular country, American sanctions? They sanction almost 4 billion population of this planet Earth. Less than just 300 million population. Sanction 4 billion of this planet Earth. Why? And then if you say no, I want to live my life the way I want, then they'll start threatening you with sanctions. And then aid. Dambisa, one of our queens, African queens, Dr. Dambisa Moya, she published a book called Dead Aid. You can see how aid is crippling the so-called third world countries. How aid is so bad for us, but at the same time, these people have convinced us to think that aid is good for us. And our so-called educated or intellectuals, educated buffoons. Sorry to say, we normally don't use strong words here, but our so-called educated buffoons, you will see them defending aid, how aid is good for Africa. But if you listen to Dr. Dambisa Moya, or if you read her book, dead aid, you realize that aid has no place, or aid has nothing good for any country. It will never help you, and it has never helped nobody. But you're going to see Africans forcing us to be taking aid. Look at what they are saying. That little boy, so sorry to say, that little boy saying, oh, they are revealing they're going to review their relationship with Uganda, and this will be based on aid. Uganda is more richer than mineral wise than America, but yet they'll be threatening you because of paper money, and that was what Gaddafi wanted to bring an end to. Why can't we use our resources in exchange of whatever we want? Rather than we sit down, we have all the resources, the gold, all the minerals, we have it. And then they will go and sit down and print paper in exchange of what we have. But when Gaddafi came out with that idea, how many Africans supported that? Because we are so miseducated about our own selves. Why can't we use what we have for our own good, so that these people will stop threatening us? We don't have no problem with you and your culture. You have your culture, respect it. We respect Chinese culture. We respect Indian culture. The Indians respect other people's culture. The Chinese respect other people's culture. The Russians respect. But the European, with his arrogant mindset of ruling over other people, will never respect nobody's culture, because for them, everybody must live according to their way of life. But we are different people. We are different people. So if you think in your country this is good for you, maybe in Uganda we don't abide to that, and then you must respect that. And I like the way President Museveni is telling them, we don't even need your aid. As a matter of fact, aid is not good for us. Aid is not a good thing. You have been giving us aid since the days of our forefathers. You have been claiming to be giving us aid. And yes, aid has nothing good for us. Aid has not built our roads. Aid has not given us good hospitals. Aid has not given us good water to drink. And yet, you've been bullying us in the name of aid. Do we really need it? We should be giving these people aid. And we are giving them aid. But they twist it because we refuse to understand. And it all goes down to we not having the power. Because if you don't have power, you'll be giving out your resources to somebody, and yet he will in turn be telling the whole world that no, you are poor. And that is what they are doing to us. Because how on earth will you tell me, purposely because I said in my country, I don't want this, I want that, I don't want... Because in your country, you have things that you want and you don't want. And nobody has no problem with that. But in my country, I said, I want this, I don't want that. And then you come in to say, oh, you are examining, and then you're going to do this. What are you going to do? I'm not going to give you aid anymore. And I'm going to make sure that your economy will crush, and I will make your government unpopular. Because that is what they have been doing. And then we, the citizens of Africa, will buy into that. And that is our problem as well. In difficult times, we don't support our leaders. And I always say it. We cannot continue to blame our leaders when it comes to situations like this. Sometimes our leaders know the right thing to do. But sometimes they are scared because we, the citizens, don't support them. Anytime they come for them, we sit aloof. And then we watch them do whatever they want to do to our leaders. They either overthrow them, assassinate them in many cases, and then we'll come out and be jubilating. It is about time we support our leaders when they are taking decisions for the good of Africa. It's about time we're giving them that support because they need it for our own good. Because what is all this threatening about? We will examine what our relationship with Uganda. Purposely because the Ugandan people say this is our way of life. This is what we want for our people. And then you're going to examine it. And then in many cases, if we, the citizens, don't support our leaders, they will examine it and bring them down. And that's what they have been doing to us. So it is about time we start supporting our leaders and stop abusing them. Especially we, the youth. Stop abusing them. Yes, they are not angels. They have their shortfalls, and we know it. But you're not going to tell me America love Uganda more than we love ourselves. We, the citizens of Uganda, America doesn't love us more than we love ourselves. And America doesn't want any good. The president of America, Joe Biden, doesn't want any good for Uganda more than the president of Uganda. No, that is what we have been conditioned. Colonization has conditioned the African youth to think that other leaders in Europe, leaders in America, leaders in Russia, leaders in China mean good for us, the citizens of Africa, than our leaders. That's what we have been conditioned to think. So anytime at all they ask us to come out against our leaders, we come out, and at the end of the day, they will bring the entire country down, and then we, the citizens of that country, we will continue to suffer. It is about time we stand behind our leaders when our leaders are taking decisions for the good of us. And America should stop bullying us. These Americans will tell you that, oh, they are not coming to make laws. They are not coming to tell you what to do. The other day when they called African leaders for the US-Africa Summit, that was what they were saying to us. They were because they hear the Chinese and the Russians saying that. Because they heard the Chinese and the Russians saying, no, for us, we are not in Africa to determine what you should do and what not to do. We are here for business, and then blah blah. So because they see that Africa is now giving attention to those countries, then they call us and they are saying, no, America is not ready to. America doesn't want to dictate to us, to you, what to do. We now want a partnership and blah blah. We want a new relationship with Africa, and but individual countries they dictate for you. You see what they're doing to us? Because if not, what would a country, a sovereign nation like Uganda, decide their laws, and then you are in America saying the rubbish that they are talking about? But when they call us, or when we were in the US-Africa Summit, the president of America was talking about not making the laws for Africa, new relationship with Africa and all that. These people, they are never sincere. They are never sincere, and they will never be sincere dealing with them. And then we should know that. So when they call us to America and then whatever, and be telling us that they want a new relationship with Africa, it is all BS. Nothing truth about that. Because individual countries, they are threatening you. They are telling you, if you don't do this, this is what we're going to do to you. If you don't vote against Russia, this is what we're going to do to you. If you don't support us on this, this is what we're going to do to you. Oh, you want us to support you? We should stand against Russia because Russia has attacked Ukraine. Fine, it is not good. We don't support it and anything. But our people in Congo have been suffering for how long? All the military support that you are supporting Ukraine, if you are giving quarter of that to the government of Congo, we wouldn't be having insecurity in Congo anymore. So when it comes to, or even if you are giving that support to Nigeria, Boko Haram wouldn't be there disturbing us. So when it comes to us, no. When it comes to we the Africans, no. The support is all about talking. But in real terms, we don't see that support. I thank you, Mr. President of Uganda, for replying these people, for telling them that we don't even need their aid. We can do it for ourselves as African people. Thank you very much for coming around. Please, until we meet next time, support our channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then follow us on Facebook, One Africa Mission. We must continue until this mission is accomplished. Thank you very much.